Hello down there! Welcome to Lucid.tv. Well, this is officially the phallic symbol for my town. It is the NBTel Tower. Now, NBTel is the New Brunswick telephone company. It's now owned by Alliant Corporation, or I guess that's not very important. But why show this tower? Well, I'm being transmitted using a ISDN, or high-speed internet connection, provided by this company. I'm not paid to say anything positive about them or negative by anybody else, but I just wanted to remark that probably somehow my signal comes out of here, goes to their headquarters, and gets, well, transmitted out of these little radio towers here, or microwave emitters. I'm not really sure about that, but I'm just guessing. So, anyways, enough about my city. And it's been a while since I've spoken here, and I would like to say that officially I have achieved lucidity on camera. More about that as we change scenery. So, the big goal has already been accomplished. That is, I wanted to be lucid in front of the camera, or pardon me, I wanted to have a dream in front of the camera while broadcasting on the internet and have that light turn on. That was accomplished. Now, a second more, not necessarily important goal, but more personal goal was to have a lucid dream. Now, it's not a given that during this 30 days that I would have a lucid dream, but I was very lucky to actually have one on camera on one of the first nights. We'll get to that a little later in the night in this little clip here. I just want to talk about quickly, I had 4 dreams on this particular night. The first dream, I was talking with a childhood friend. We had discussions regarding alcohol, drugs, and ended up playing with rockets. Childhood friend that we did all these crazy things together at the time. It's not surprising that I would bring some of that back into my dreams. Second dream of the night, I was talking, and this is a pretty strange dream here. I was talking to a cousin who's an amateur photographer, and for some reason, he closed the door in the dream, and flashes went off. Now, when I woke up and I noted this dream, we actually see me doing this here. I believe that the flashes I saw within that dream was the flashes, or were the flashes of the dream light itself. If you remember in previous nights, I had seen the flashes in my dreams, but not perceived them or made the link between them and the lucid dreams. So when I woke up, I thought the machine had gone off. But on the tape the next morning, I realized that the light had not gone off. So in fact, I was dreaming that the lights went off, and it really didn't have anything to do with the lights themselves. I think I'm just really conditioning myself to look at any light that, even in my dreams, if I see a flash, it doesn't necessarily mean it's that. But anyways, as long as I get into the habit of testing my reality, and this is what I did in not the next dream, but just quickly, the third dream, the one before I became lucid, I was in Las Vegas at some convention. I remember walking by the bar and overhearing conversations, negative conversations regarding me, and I don't know if I actually heard them. I know I didn't hear them, actually, but I felt them. It's strange, but I felt as if people were talking, I didn't hear them. Now, the reason I know I didn't hear them is I don't ever recall hearing dreams except in this last dream. Fourth dream of the night, and I actually went lucid on this dream. This is how it went. I had gotten up around 6:45, 7. We see that in the tape, actually. I got up for an hour and a half. Now, this is a technique that has been developed by Dr. Laberge with the Lucidity Institute, or perhaps other people with him. But the technique is to get up a little earlier in the morning than you usually would, an hour and a half, 2 hours, to stay up at least 15 minutes, anything to an hour and a half, no longer than 2 hours, I think, is their tips and tricks. But I usually try to stay up at least an hour just doing emails and things like that. Now, after this period of an hour, you go back to sleep, and their research shows that you have a 70% chance, 70% better chance of having a lucid dream. Now, is this what happened with me? Perhaps. I actually had a lucid dream. Now, this is how it happened. It's very special. I was up at 6:45, 7 o'clock, looking at emails. I'm looking out the window. The morning was just starting to dawn, and I see this homeless person walk by. Now, I remember seeing this homeless person at least once more time while I was looking for a locale to do this project in. I remember sitting out front and just watching people go by and try to get a feel for, I don't know, I want to say the word vibe, but you know, when you go to live somewhere, you just want to see, you know, what kind of people go around? What can you expect if you move into a place or work somewhere? And during the time that I sat down, the only person that ever addressed me or just said hello, not stopping, just walking by, was this homeless person. Now, I found him easy to remember, recognize. It had a very, very long beard, very long dark trench coat. So I see this person going by at 6:45. Now, I go to bed, and almost immediately, not immediately after, I believe it's an hour into this, but I have a dream where I see this homeless person walk into this laboratory storefront, and he comes and he shines a light into my eyes. Now, immediately, that's an obvious sign that my dream light was communicating with me, and I became lucid. So I was very excited, but I remembered to try to keep my excitement under control and to engage myself into the dream. Now, what does this mean, to engage yourself in the dream? Well, instead of just getting really excited and waking up from the lucid dream, it's good to partake in it, to soak up the colors, to listen. And this is where the listening part came in for me. I remember speaking to this homeless person. I was talking about some rave that was coming to town, which is a fabrication because we never have raves in this area. But I remember reading a fictitious journal or magazine, and I believe that's when he came in any case. I remember speaking to him and hearing things. I don't recall what he said, but I remember hearing, and that was one of the first times. So, and simultaneously, to engage myself fully, I decided to fly around the room. So I literally flew around this environment here. And then after a while, I decided to go explore outside. So I went out one of the small windows in here, and unlike reality, there was a fine or quite heavy wire mesh over the window. So I had to push myself through until I felt myself go into it, and somehow, I don't know, if almost like a womb-type feeling of the mesh around me, and finally I poked a hole and squeezed my way out into the world. After that, I think I started losing the lucidity in my dream. I recall going to a hotel, seeing a woman with bare breasts, and I believe I went to fondle her breasts. Now, of course, these are dreams, and things do happen that, well, they're dreams. You know how dreams happen, and it's not going to be any of my intentions to withhold any information that happened within my dreams. So that's where my dream ended. I woke up. So I was very happy. That was lucidity. And I hope to perfect some of the methods used to capture my dreaming on tape. As the morning after, I noticed that the light was difficult to see, and a few other little things that I won't bore you with. But bottom line, I had a lucid dream, and as we saw that light go off, we captured it on tape. So that was actually night number 6, and we are now going to do night number 10 here. And hopefully we will have, again, a lucid dream. I'll try to bring the camera a little closer to my face and to see a little more closely what happens. Just want to remark on one thing before going. I'm actually going to show a clip of this more precisely. When the external light goes off does not always necessarily mean that I am dreaming. There is, on this dream light, a button that you press whenever you believe you wake up from a dream, and it basically tests your reality. When I touch this button, I should see a light blink. And if I do not see a light blink, that means that maybe I'm within my dream and that I perceive the machine to be broken. So it's a notoriously known fact that these machines are perceived broken in a dream, which actually was pretty good to help you gain lucidity. So during the night, sometimes I'll wake up, truly wake up, and I hit this button. So you actually see me here hitting this button, and that's an example of when the light goes off. But at other times, we do clearly see that my arms are nowhere within reach of my head, so when that light goes off, it is a REM sleep. I would like to repeat some of these experiments in a real laboratory with assistants or someone watching over me to look exactly at I don't know, more in-depth measuring. For now, it's just really more of a simple, crazy experiment, and I'll do my best to perfect it within the next, well, until February 12th when the project ends. So I bid you all a good night's sleep, and I wish you lucid dreams, and you will see in the next few days, maybe up to a week, a little more courses here or explanations of what lucid dreaming is and how to find more information about lucid dreaming. Thank you. Bye.